Everybody, welcome back to Tackle on My Mind. What's on my mind today? We got a little practice for TAKAL Toledo Area Kayak Anglers League, sponsored by Thin Feather Fur Outfitters. Tournament coming up. East West Harbors, Port Clinton, Ohio. I've already been to the spot where I normally fish this tournament at. Water is really shallow all around. Spent a little over an hour over there, didn't catch anything. So I came over to this spot to see, what I could find over here. Started out throwing a red lipless crankbait. Description. Good search bait for the grass area. Good search bait anywhere, but you can really rip it through the grass. Grass is not too thick yet. A little taller in some spots, but overall, just gonna see what I can catch on the red lipless. Water temp was right around 55 degrees. Start that. It was a little chilly morning. There's my first fish on the red lipless. Not a lot of size, but there's fish in the area. So that red lipless is getting hung up quite a bit to a hybrid hunter, regular size, regular runner, runs down about 4 feet, kind of tips over the grass, doesn't dig into the grass as much. I love throwing that where there's some grass flats, which is kind of what I'm in here. It's also a red with some orange on it. A Craw pattern, I guess. It's there. I ripped it out through the grass a couple times. And that's important whenever you're fishing in grass. Just because you get hung in the grass a little bit, try to rip it through there. But, don't give up on the bait. Just keep fishing it. Ripping through the grass will trigger a bite. Hybrid hunter, when it does that, it really will kick off and, continue to hunt. It'll jump around a little bit. Mark a waypoint for my... Remember that spot. Fished around for a while, didn't get anything, changed the color. Not much more in the hybrid hunter, so I decided I'm going to fish this riprap bank. Tied on a core tackle swim jig with a Reaction Innovation skinny dipper, both in a bluegill pattern. And just was curious to see if I was going to be able to pick anything up fishing down this riprap bank. So I picked one up about my 4th or 5th cast. Something I was also trying in this practice. My last time out, I had fished my swim jig, but I had put it on my fire rod, which is a medium heavy, kind of moderate action, and I was fishing fluorocarbon, and I lost about 2 to 3 fish on it, thinking I'm just not getting a good hook set. So I went back to my jammer rod with braid. The jammer's medium heavy, but it's a fast action. Able to drive the hook in a little bit more, no stretch in that braid. Boy, it really paid off. Didn't lose a fish on the swim jig. You see, I'm picking some nice fish up. Nothing, again, with a lot of size. 14, 15 inchers. But I kind of was looking at this as a backup. If my other area, just hitting that grass flat, doesn't work very well, I figure I'll be able to come down this bank and, just fish and see what I can find. Maybe I'll run into a big one. My hat kind of got in the way here. I got my big sun hat on, keeping the sun out of my face and off my neck. I'm going to move my camera around a little bit. I think I'm going to In the future, hopefully get it up a little bit higher. So I got one here. Went all the way down this riprap bank, quite a ways, picked off a few fish here and there, then I crossed over, I picked one up in the middle, then I headed across and came down that bank. You can see on my left here, there's a lot of laydowns. Surprisingly, I did not get bit over there at all. I don't know if I was just throwing the wrong thing. So I'm back here floating around that flat area. This time I got a hybrid hunter shallow runner. That fish hit it like it was a big fish, and I lost it. I'm in a spot where the little shallower right here. The grass is coming up a little bit, even when it is a little deeper water. The grass is a little taller. That shallow runner really helps just tick the top of that grass. You're not trying to run right through it. Don't get hung up as much. This feels like a pretty decent fish. I am trying to find an upgrade to some 17-inch fish from the spring thaw. Yes. This ended up being too small as well. So overall, I'm feeling pretty decent about practice. I know I'll get a limit. Heading back towards the ramp, calling it a day. Long day of fishing. Hopefully I'll find something in the tournament. Thanks for coming along.